Game shows hold a unique spot in our affections. Many of us have fantasized about participating, challenging our abilities and luck for the opportunity to snag a big prize. The thrill of live TV and encounters with iconic game show hosts only enhance the appeal. Yet, beneath the cheerful exterior, some hosts have overstepped boundaries, exposing their real selves. In this video, we'll uncover the uncomfortable truths about 9 game show hosts who went too far. Whether it's questionable relationships, inappropriate remarks, or actions, these hosts possess hidden, darker aspects that often escape public notice. Are you ready to see how these game show hosts embarrassed themselves and ruined their reputations? Let's get started. Pat Sajak and Vanna White's kiss. The dynamic duo of Wheel of Fortune, consisting of the beloved host and hostess, Pat Sajak and Vanna White, share a rich and enduring history of collaboration. Throughout the years, whispers have occasionally circulated, hinting that their connection might extend beyond the realms of mere friendship. Despite such speculation, Sajak has remained steadfast in refuting any romantic involvement, adamantly asserting that there's no funny business transpiring between him and White. However, the plot thickened in 1989 when Pat decided to depart from Wheel of Fortune to embark on a venture that would turn out to be his short-lived late-night talk show. This departure marked a seemingly heartfelt farewell. Yet, in the closing moments of the episode, the unexpected unfolded. In a shocking turn of events, Pat seized the opportunity to surprise everyone. Contrary to his previous denials, he not only bid adieu to the show, but also left a lasting impression by planting a spontaneous and somewhat controversial kiss on his assistant and former Playboy bunny. This unexpected display of affection reignited the rumor mill, leaving fans and onlookers puzzled and eager for an explanation. The aftermath of the controversial kiss on Pat Sajak's late-night talk show sent shockwaves across the globe, prompting widespread speculation about whether the incident had been meticulously planned or if Sajak had acted on impulse. The world was abuzz with curiosity, eager to discern the truth behind the unexpected smooch between the longtime co-hosts. Adding another layer to the intrigue, Griffin, the creator of Wheel of Fortune, made an unannounced appearance, discreetly approaching the kissing co-stars. His disapproving demeanor hinted that the unexpected display of affection was not something he welcomed. Delving into the past, we uncovered a revealing 1987 interview in which Pat Sajak characterized his relationship with Vanna White as hovering somewhere in between lovers and feuders. Despite not being officially in a public relationship, the ambiguous nature of their connection further fueled the intrigue surrounding their dynamic. Rayburns' nip-slip. As you're likely aware, a Freudian slip is an often amusing verbal mistake that occurs when an unconscious wish or thought interferes with speech. It's the moment when you inadvertently say something potentially embarrassing because your mind is juggling multiple thoughts at once. In the colorful landscape of game shows, Rayburn stands out as the host of the 1970s hit Match Game. In this show, Rayburn engaged with attractive female contestants, creating a dynamic ripe for unexpected moments. One such instance became infamous when he introduced a contestant named Karen Lesko, intending to pay her a compliment on her smile and dimples. However, in a hilarious twist, he accidentally exclaimed nipples instead of dimples, eliciting uproarious laughter from the audience and causing visible embarrassment for the host. Witnessing the incident, it's hard to miss how quickly Gene turned as red as a tomato, his embarrassment on full display within seconds. The unintentional mix-up instantly became one of the most notorious Freudian slips in the history of television. Rayburn's knack for unexpected and risque moments extended beyond Freudian slips. In a memorable incident from 1973, the host found himself in a rather awkward situation when one of his contestants appeared on the show wearing a very short skirt. As fate would have it, when the contestant abruptly stood up, a wardrobe malfunction ensued, providing the audience with an unintended glimpse of her unmentionables. Jean's reaction, however, took the unexpected to a whole new level. Rather than swiftly moving on from the mishap, he seemed rather titillated by what he had just witnessed. In an eyebrow-raising move, Jean began to undress himself, adding a layer of shock and amusement to the already amused audience. Recognizing the need to intervene, celebrity contestant McLean Stevenson sprang into action. Concerned about the potential escalation of the situation, Stevenson rushed up to Jean and hugged him, effectively preventing any further disrobing on the part of the host. Alex Trebek's creepy comment. Jeopardy! Renowned for its highbrow trivia and reputation for maintaining a level of class, had an unexpected moment of indiscretion with its legendary host, Alex Trebek, in 2008. The incident occurred during the teen tournament, a special edition of the show featuring young contestants. The very nature of the tournament, with its youthful participants, amplified the discomfort caused by an off-the-cuff remark made by Trebek. As the esteemed host guided the young contestants through the intellectually challenging questions, an uncharacteristic slip occurred. In a moment that left viewers cringing, Trebek made a comment that was not only creepy, but entirely inappropriate, casting a temporary shadow over the otherwise esteemed and sophisticated atmosphere of Jeopardy! As Trebek introduced the three contestants for the round, he came to a pause after the introduction of Haley Batts, whispering the words, "So young, so young." The resonance of the awkwardness was palpable, as if a dense fog had enveloped the studio in response to Trebek's unusual comment. Describing the situation as merely uncomfortable might be an understatement, given the gravity of the moment. While it's entirely plausible that Trebek's comment was innocent, the tone and context left room for interpretation. The ambiguous nature of his words sparked speculation, leading some to wonder if there was more to the statement than met the eye. The discomfort that lingered in the air during that moment underscored the fragility of maintaining a composed and flawless demeanor in the realm of live television, even for a seasoned and esteemed host like Alex Trebek. Bob Barker's magic pocket. The era before the rise of PC, politically correct culture, indeed allowed TV game show hosts a level of freedom that might be deemed quite astonishing today. In the realm of unpredictable moments, Bob Barker, the iconic host of The Price is Right until 2007, had a peculiar and eyebrow-raising quirk back in the 1970s. Enter the infamous $100 pocket, a distinctive feature that added a touch of whimsy to the show. Bob Barker would occasionally extend an invitation to his female contestants to reach into this special pocket. The thrill and enthusiasm on his face were unmistakable, especially when an attractive contestant took the plunge into this mysterious pocket in search of what can only be described as hidden treasure. In the annals of TV game show history, Bob Barker's quirks extended beyond the peculiar $100 pocket. While that whimsical feature could be shrugged off as a product of a different era, the legendary host found himself mired in more serious controversies. Long after his tenure on The Price is Right concluded in 2007, Barker became the subject of multiple sexual harassment allegations, levied by several of his former model assistants. Among the accusers were Diane Parkinson and Holly Hallstrom, two women who stepped forward with unsettling claims. They alleged that Bob Barker had made inappropriate advances toward them during their time as his assistants. The allegations went beyond personal space issues, encompassing accusations of Barker pressuring them on matters such as their weight and attempting to manipulate them into spreading misinformation to shield him from perceived wrongdoings. These allegations cast a shadow over the charismatic and beloved TV personality, challenging the public perception of the genial game show host. The TAS Me Too movement has since brought heightened scrutiny to such accusations, sparking conversations about power dynamics and workplace behavior. Meredith Vieiras' Steamy Fantasies, In the post-Regis Philbin era on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Meredith Vieiras took the reins as the quizmaster extraordinaire. However, in 2002, she found herself in the midst of a controversial moment with Max Schumann, a dashing young naval officer who captured her attention with both his uniform and intelligence. As the episode unfolded, it became apparent that Meredith's interaction with Max went beyond the usual banter between host and contestant. Vieiras' flirtatious remarks and suggestive gestures towards the handsome sailor raised eyebrows and made the atmosphere distinctly uncomfortable. The live TV broadcast showcased a scandalous display of unprofessionalism, a departure from the typically polished and composed demeanor expected from hosts of major game shows. The incident highlighted a double standard, as the behavior exhibited by Vieiras would likely have sparked significant backlash had a male host engaged in similar conduct with a female contestant. The overt nature of Vieiras' pursuit of the naval officer crossed the boundaries of decency and decorum, prompting discussions about appropriate conduct on television and the potential consequences of such behavior in the entertainment industry. Richard Dawson's kisses. The 1970s truly seemed like a wild ride in the world of game shows, and Family Feud host Richard Dawson was no exception to the era's eccentricities. Not only did Dawson have a notorious habit of showing up to work seemingly under the influence, but he also implemented a rather unconventional rule that would raise eyebrows even in the most permissive of times. Dawson made it a practice to kiss every one of his female contestants for good luck. While the intention might have been light-hearted, this rule created a fertile ground for some seriously awkward moments over the years. What's even more staggering is the sheer magnitude of Dawson's kiss count. It's estimated that he planted kisses on over 20,000 women during his tenure as the host of Family Feud. To add another layer of discomfort, a significant portion of those kisses reportedly fell into the realm of the French variety. Richard Dawson's penchant for kissing every female contestant on Family Feud undoubtedly pushed the boundaries, but the incident that truly set tongues wagging occurred during an episode featuring the Greek family. In a moment that left viewers collectively flabbergasted, Dawson took his unconventional hosting style to a whole new level. After sharing his customary kiss with a member of the Greek family, Dawson, perhaps forgetting the boundaries of on-air decorum, made a jaw-dropping announcement. In a shocking revelation, he declared that it was the first time he had ever become aroused because of one of his guests. The sheer audacity and explicit nature of this statement sent shockwaves through the audience and undoubtedly raised eyebrows among viewers at home. The uncomfortable silence that likely followed Dawson's revelation must have been palpable, as the host seemingly crossed a line that was both unprecedented and highly inappropriate for a family-oriented game show. Wink Martindale's dirty mind. Wink Martindale, the well-known American disc jockey, radio personality, and game show host, has etched his name in television history with his hosting roles on shows like Gambit, Tic-Tac-Dough, High Rollers, and Debt. Despite his professional accomplishments, a particular incident involving the game show Tic-Tac-Dough and YouTuber singer Trisha Paytas garnered attention for all the wrong reasons. In a surprising turn of events, Wink Martindale engaged in a game of Would You Rather with Trisha Paytas, and things took an unexpected and, for some, uncomfortable turn. Far from the typical light-hearted banter, Martindale began making sexually explicit comments that seemed to catch both Paytas and the audience off guard. The comments, seemingly out of left field, added an awkward and unexpected tone to what was supposed to be an entertaining game. What escalated the situation further was Martindale's unmistakable intent to get to know Trisha Paytas on a more personal level. The suggestive undertones in his comments left little to the imagination, raising questions about the appropriateness of such exchanges on a public platform, especially considering the power dynamics between a seasoned host and a guest. The incident serves as a reminder that even veteran hosts, like Wink Martindale, are not immune to moments of indiscretion, and the evolving standards of appropriateness on television continue to shape how we perceive and discuss such interactions in the entertainment industry. The unforgivable acts of Fergie Oliver. Fergie Oliver, a Canadian game show host, has been named the creepiest on a list for his shocking and disgusting behavior. Oliver was the host of the Canadian game show, Just Like Mom. As part of his signature shtick, Oliver would kiss his underage female guests, ranging from ages 6 to 12, even when the young contestants flatly refused his advances. Oliver would use threats, such as never allowing them to win the show unless they kissed him or coercing them to kiss him without their consent. These disturbing incidents unfolded in front of a live studio audience, with cameras rolling. Years later, some of Oliver's guests expressed their immense discomfort with his actions. It is unfathomable how this kind of behavior continued for so long without intervention. We strongly condemn Oliver's actions. The world has changed since the 70s and 80s, when hosts like Richard Dawson and Fergie Oliver made people feel uncomfortable with their unwanted advances. These unsettling incidents have left an indelible mark on the world of game shows, reminding us of the importance of boundaries and consent in the seemingly innocent realm of television entertainment. Pat Sajak tackles guest. In a rather unexpected turn of events, what was meant to be an enjoyable and lighthearted episode of Wheel of Fortune took a violent twist when the show's affable host, Pat Sajak, seemingly lost his composure and physically tackled a contestant on live TV. This startling incident unfolded during the episode that aired on Tuesday, March 22, 2023. The set boasted a Hawaiian theme, setting the stage for what should have been a cheerful and relaxed atmosphere. The contestant at the center of the chaos was Fred Jackson, a multifaceted individual who revealed himself as a drama teacher, a bar trivia host, and a professional wrestler. Little did the audience anticipate that this combination of skills would lead to a moment of on-screen mayhem. Fred Jackson emerged as the star of the show, impressing everyone with his exceptional skills and luck on Wheel of Fortune. He played a flawless game, successfully solving every puzzle thrown his way. The pinnacle of his success came during the bonus round when he effortlessly guessed the phrase, "His mind is wandering," in just 3 attempts, securing an additional $40,000 in winnings. This remarkable feat brought his total earnings for the evening to an impressive $75,800. However, the celebratory mood took an unexpected and alarming turn when, instead of congratulating Fred on his outstanding performance, Pat Sajak opted for a different kind of interaction. As Fred, joined by his father and co-host, Vanna, reveled in his victory, Sajak abruptly ran over to him. In a bizarre turn of events, Sajak grabbed Fred from behind, seemingly attempting to pin him down and twist his arm. This unexpected physical confrontation left both the studio audience and viewers at home stunned. The transition from a joyous celebration to an abrupt and unusual altercation between the host and the victorious contestant added an element of shock to an otherwise celebratory atmosphere. The Wheel of Fortune studio fell into stunned silence as the audience gasped in disbelief, watching the unexpected spectacle unfold before them. The 76-year-old host, Pat Sajak, engaged in a seemingly bizarre wrestling match with Fred Jackson, the victorious contestant. Fred, for his part, appeared both confused and amused by the sudden and unanticipated attack. Adding to the intrigue, Sajak had earlier made a light-hearted remark about body-slamming Fred, playfully referring to him as a brute upon learning about his wrestling hobby. This comment, initially dismissed as a jest, suddenly took a startling turn when the host physically grappled with the contestant on live television. Speculation ran rife among fans about the motivations behind Sajak's actions. Some pondered whether jealousy over Fred's success played a role, while others entertained the notion of a potential grudge against wrestlers. Some even suggested that what initially seemed like a playful prank had gone awry. Regardless of the motivations, one thing was undeniable. It was one of the most bizarre moments in the storied history of Wheel of Fortune. Despite the unexpected physical encounter, Fred managed to free himself from Sajak's grip, laughing off the incident. In a post-show interview, he assured everyone that he was not hurt by the host's antics and expressed genuine enjoyment of being on the show. Fred even exhibited a good-natured spirit about the entire ordeal, revealing plans to use some of his newfound winnings to purchase more wrestling gear, turning what could have been a negative incident into a quirky and memorable chapter in his Wheel of Fortune experience. As the credits rolled and the Wheel of Fortune episode came to a close, Pat Sajak, without offering any apology or clarification for his behavior, simply smiled and waved goodbye to the viewers. On Twitter, he posted a tweet suggesting that the incident was all in good fun, stating that he and Fred were good friends and that they were just having fun during the show. However, the aftermath of the unconventional encounter revealed a divided audience response. Not everyone found Sajak's stunt amusing. Some viewers took to social media to criticize him for what they perceived as rude, unprofessional, and disrespectful behavior towards Fred. Accusations flew, suggesting that Sajak was mocking Fred's passion for wrestling and attempting to steal the spotlight from the victorious contestant. Calls for the host's suspension or dismissal from the show gained traction among this group of viewers. Conversely, there were those who defended Sajak, asserting that it was all in good humor and that both he and Fred seemed to be enjoying themselves. Supporters commended Sajak for his spontaneity, humor, and entertaining approach to hosting. They pointed out his nearly 4-decade tenure on Wheel of Fortune, without any major controversies or scandals, with the exception, perhaps, of the aforementioned incident involving a contestant's kiss. The debate over whether Pat Sajak crossed a line or was just having harmless fun continued to play out on social media. It prompted viewers to reflect on the nature of on-screen antics, the dynamics between hosts and contestants, and the fine line between entertainment and potential controversy in the world of television game shows. The lingering question posed to the audience was whether Sajak's actions were out of line or simply part of the spontaneous and entertaining nature of live television. Share your thoughts about it in the comment section to let us know. And don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel to support us. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, bye for now.